Okay. So if you have a good CGPA, uh, if you have a good CGPA, so I'm so sorry. Um, yes, let me share my screen again. Okay. So, if you got a good CGPA, like 3.0 and above, or your MUET band is 3 and above, do put this in your resume and cover letter, your resume or your cover letter. Okay, because this is very important. Okay, this is like a plus point. I do happen to met with one fresher while I recruiting for engineering roles, and actually the CGPA is quite high, around 3.8. But this fresher doesn't put in his resume. So I'm asking why you don't put this in your resume. The answer is tak nak riak. Macam tak nak menunjuk-nunjuk. No, please don't. Because you should highlight all these things. This is very important, your selling point. Another thing, the involvement, the volunteers works. If you have any like involvement, volunteer works, please do put this as well. Because there are a lot of fresher. If with this involvement and the volunteer work that you done, your resume will appear different, unique. And then other added advantage, achievement, previous exposure, location, accessibility. Okay. HR may take your writing and indicator of your communication skill as well. So whenever you do the cover letter or resume, make sure you check again, because sometimes cover letter or resume with lots of spelling mistake or simple mistake can give a bad impression to the HR or the hiring managers. Okay, we move to the next. Cover letter, purpose and content. Before that, let me wait a moment. Uh, Hanisa, give me a second.
Yes. Why?
Give me a second. Okay.
Okay, okay. Should be okay.
All right. Okay, let me proceed. Okay. Then cover letter, purpose and content. Um, this cover letter and cover letter content is to emphasize why you're interested with the job. Okay, do some research on the company. What the company is about. Is it an oil and gas company? Is it an IT company? Is it a engineering company? And stated your career objective and your plan. Your stated what you want and what's your planning ahead. For example, I saw that your company is doing a lot of artificial intelligence. Um, I would like to be in AI industry, and I hope to become a AI expert in the future. For example, so this will make your cover letter different from others. It will catch the person's eye to look at your cover letter, and then to highlight what you have that the role requires. This is like your competitive advantage, just like what I mentioned just now, your pointer, your previous experience, your FYI, your final year project, your um, personal projects, then your knowledge and exposure and skills that were relevant to the job responsibilities and job requirements. So the competitive advantage is highlighting your selling point and your knowledge, but these are relating to the job that you apply. every job, it will come with job description, job requirement. So whenever you see what you have or what you learn, what you acquire are in the job description or job requirement, do highlight this in your cover letter. So you're making it easier for the recruiter, for the HR to match your profile to the job. Okay. All right. Cover letter content, introduction. Cover letter, we can start with introduction. Always customize the cover letter targeting the position you apply rather than having one size fit all. You can have one template of cover letter, but every time you want to apply to different job or different company, try at least change the company name, the job role, the job title, make it a little bit personalized. So that the HR or the interviewers, the hiring manager, we feel that this person, this candidate is serious about our job and is hardworking, rajin, you know. It's not just copy paste for everything, just use one things for all. Then you should who you should address your application to. Address name of the person you're writing to. But if you don't know who's the name of the person, you can put to whom it may concern. Okay, this is the last resort, right? Okay, and please do remember, don't put the wrong company name or other people name in the wrong job advertisement that you're going to apply for. This I will show you some example, real life example. Name the position you apply for, where you got to know about the position. So HR and recruiters every day they receive a lot of application, especially from fresher, from junior. So it is good for you to make their life easier, to make their work easier, so that you can by naming the position that you apply for and where you got to know about the position. Okay, so easier for them to make sense of what the position is and everything. Then cover letter, content, body. For the body, you can put your skills, experience, and positive traits, background, course name, major, list the skill and exposure that you have which relevant to the job description and requirement. Okay, these are some sought after skills and keyword nowadays. For example, if I believe the student here, some of them are coming from engineering, right? And IT, Miss Anissa?
Majority, miss.
Majority.
We have engineering college, and then we have management, and then we also have mathematics. But we don't have diploma in management. But we have OSH, occupational safety and health.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is actually more into engineering and IT because I do a lot of this. But in your own major respective field, I think they have certain keyword or skill that are popular or people look after. So please put this in your cover letter. For example, like Industry 4.0, IoT, automation, big data, cloud, cybersecurity, machine learning, mobile developer, DevOps, and microservice. If you are a fresher, when you put these keywords, do not worry that people expect you to know 100% or like 50% or an expert in that. No worries. People know you are a fresher. You just put this so that people know that you have a little bit of knowledge on this. Okay? All right. Then normally cover letter is done on descriptive side. But you can also use bullet point when necessary. Normally cover letter, people make like a paragraph or a proper sentence. But if you want to make in bullet point, that's okay as well. All right. So at the final part, you have thank the person. Focus on what you can do for the organization, telling them what you can share to the organization, and try not to use directive tool. Please be remember that we are an applicants here, and we are applying for a job. So please do not use words like get back to me ASAP. Do interview me. Don't use that. Okay? All right. Okay. So nowadays, normally, we send our application, other than apply to the job portal, we also email to the HR. So you can use this cover letter, copy, paste, put in the email body. Don't just email your resume with blank email body. All right. Miss Anissa, if I'm too fast, slow me down, okay? All right. This is some example. What I shared earlier. This is happening and still happening. Since I'm starting doing recruitment nine years ago, it's still happening. Still, some people sending a resume and cover letter without any information. So let's say if on that day I have another 50 emails applicant, most probably I will look at other email first, then circle back to this. All right. This is a good example. See the person put what position he or she is applying for, and then the resume with the name. It's very good putting your name here. Don't just put resume 1.0, resume 2.0, because it's harder. Because HR recruiter, they have other resume as well, right? Then this person put in bullet points what he has. It's very good. Short and simple, concise. What diploma he is in. He can be reached anytime given the email address and cell phone number. Okay, and thanking. This one of a good example. This is another good example of a IT programmer, junior Python developer. He put it here. At what position, from where, what he or she has, 4 years experience, and okay, all right. Okay. This is also a good example. Application for actually this person, he or she specifically copy paste my advertisement title. So it's good because I can recall already. This person are hiring for. Applying for which role. Then he put here what he has done, he or she have done. I learn and jelas. Here volunteer. This is good example. Volunteer and all. All right. So we look at the common mistake in cover letter. This is one of the mistake. Grammar mistake. Some grammar mistake here, if you can see. Spelling mistake. And also kind of directive a bit. Kindly give me an interview invitation deadline. I'm not sure what this person is asking. Deadline, maybe date, right? But when you applying and asking for date of interviews at the same time, it's kind of directive a bit for my personal opinion, right?
So, Miss Joanna, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Can
The previous email just now, right?
which one?
Okay. You open your email and then you probably read the email. Did you look at the resume or you stop reading with this kind of email?
I'm sorry, Alan. Okay, it's a good question. Normally what I do, I will because if I have other, because sometimes I do have other emails in my inbox. I will look at other emails first. when I have a free time, I don't have other candidates to review, then I will circle back to this email. So I would probably look at this, but not as priority, because I have to minimize my time screening candidate, because I have to talk to candidate, and yeah, HR normally they have a lot of other things to do as well. All right. Am I answering your question, Hanisa?
Okay, thank you. It means that somehow this candidate might also be given a chance juga lah. Right.
If it if
Uh,
it were me, yes,
if you
but
have
I'm not
time.
sure for other HR or recruiters. Some of my HR friend I know, they don't bother. That's why. Okay, all right. Then this person put a wrong company number, name. So this is a no as well. Means to say that it gives an indication that the person not meticulous enough, not detailed enough, and probably not keen enough for the role. Because if you if you like if you like a job, you will take a more serious approach. I mean, you will at least name the right company name, the right position name. Similar, if you like someone, you will know the name, the father's name, the mother names, everything kan. That's how. All right. Common mistake in cover letter email. This is a grammar mistake. Covering letter. Covering letter. And do remember, English is not our first language. For me, my English is not so good as well. But what I do normally when I send an email, I will do proofreading. And recently, I use Grammarly quite often. Grammarly, the application name is GRAMM Grammarly, MMALY. Yeah. So I use that. Yeah, this one. You could use these free apps. So after you done with your email, cover letter, resume, you can double check in these apps. Okay. There are lots of other apps, but this is just one of the sample. Resume. Make sure you put a proper email address. For example, Hakim Rusli at Gmail, Suaida.Muhammad, Anissa. Okay. Because we still in 2022, we still got this kind of email. Guillaume Girl, Imposter, not any. No. So it kind of give not so professional impression lah. Okay. Then mobile number, address, your current address. Let's say if you're applying for a job in KL and you're planning to stay in KL after your graduate, don't put your hometown address in Johor or in Kelantan, for example. Okay, because location is one of big part as well. Sometimes if the HR have a position in KL, they would at first look at the candidate who are already in KL, for example. And then portfolio link or linking link. If you have your portfolio, it can be either like in the normal blog. You have blogging, right? Millennials, they are very advanced in these things, right? So in the blog, you can put all the jobs that you done or your final year project, as long as it's not PNC. Then you can put this link in your resume or linking link. This will be good as well. Okay, make sure to double check all the info. This sounds very cliche. This sounds very simple, very small, but I do have encounter some of the resume that are giving wrong mobile number. So it's it's a pity lah, because you have a proper experience and all, but your number is wrong, then people cannot reach you right? So I have to wait for the email reply, then only I can call the person. All right. And then put a proper photo. Sometimes I do saw like photo 20 years back, masih baby lagi, and then overexposed, bukan overexposed, sorry. Foto yang macam nak pergi like applying for model pun ada juga. It is fine, but try to make it as a professional as can be. Okay, what not to put in resume? Okay. For fresher, please do remember this. Don't put your IC number, EPF number, or tax number in your resume, especially IC number. There's a lot of scammers out there waiting for this. So, only give the IC number when the HR or the recruiter specifically ask for it. Normally, when they are preparing or trying to issue the offer letter. Okay? Alright, yeah, anything that's not required at the point of application. Only supply such info when requested by recruiter interviewer to fill in application form. Alright. Then we move to next career objective. Match with the job you apply, not to contradicting. For example, if you're looking for a network engineer role, then don't put the career objective specifically want to do programming, for example. Then education, if you want to be safe, you can put it general as well, no problem. Then put your education, diploma, SPM. If you can, put the month and year as well. Be as precise, as detailed as you can be, so the HR and recruiters don't have to ask you again these things. Highlight the good point. If you get any dean list, or any final year project successful, or any competition win, include time period, year and month. Reverse chronological order means letters on the top and follow by the previous and so on, right? Sorry. Then in your experience, in the experience, because we are a fresher, right? Sometimes we don't have previous experience. If we have, do put that. But if we don't have, put the industrial training, land, the company name, role, involvement, task, and achievement. Okay. I'm sorry. So sometimes I got a feedback from fresher that they don't put this because they don't think this is important. But do believe me, this is important. Put this in your resume. And reverse chronological order again, letters on top and follow up by previous and so on. Part-time, some people will put in the experience part, but for me, I normally advise the candidates or to put it in different heading, part-time heading. So because sometimes HR or hiring manager, when they saw that this candidate have a lot of short term period of working, they might take it as a job hopper. Whereas it's not a job hopping things, it's more into the part-time things. Okay. Then skill. Emphasize the one that's similar or relevant to the job requirement. So basically, when you're sending your resume, it's better if you can adjust a bit to the job description. Okay. And certification, training, if you have CIDB, third language, Microsoft Excel and other. If you follow online courses, online programming courses in Udemy or LinkedIn, for example, put that as well. This is for fresher. And then involvement and achievement, sport, club, tournament, martial art, volunteers, and references or referee. Okay. This is some good example. Summary. This person make it summary, and this is also like small but important things. Possess driver license and own transport, because some companies, sometimes normally manufacturing company, they want this. Experience, full stack experience, full stack. Okay. Skill set. Another good example, giving the profile summary. Internship. See internship. What are you doing in your internship? Testing, single phase, 3 phase, and then internship in certificate, assistant to welder, the degree. See the pointer 3.51. Part-time during studies, involvement, the skill set, German, right? And then good resume sample trait. So this person put in the certification here, the degree, the experience, very flowly, right? The Dean Award semester, put it all here. All right. Common mistake in resume writing: no proofreading, grammar mistake, document size too big. Sometimes when people send the resume, there are people who put a lot of things in the resume, like the photo, especially photos and other things. So it become too big. It takes time sometimes. You can put this through the portfolio if you want to. Not up to date resume. For example, you already graduated, but you still don't update that you already graduated, or you already joining company but didn't update that, but still apply for a job. Okay, and then typo. This is especially for like mobile number, email address. This is very important. No info on industrial training job role exposure. Just put there industrial training, but doesn't explain further. Not stated other relevant info, plus point, added advantage. Some people like to send a resume and ask, like expecting the HR or the recruiter to guess. So try not to do that. Try put as much as information you can. And this is a fresher resume, so don't worry, it won't be that long, right? Not stated other too many different fonts, size formatted, and too colorful. Sometimes people like to use the templates. And the template is very colorful with lots of boxes and everything. But unfortunately, the content is not there. So the most important thing is the content, right? I do have some. I do spoken to candidates who doesn't have the content. Content why? Because it's not fixed to the box. Please don't do this. Okay, resume has to be in Microsoft Word or PDF, not JPEG. Not only is not appropriate, company using database system cannot index and process the word in resume to be searchable. So, when you send a resume, most of the company, not all, but most of the company, especially a big company, MNC, they have a tracker system. This tracker system, they can detect keywords. So, if you're sending your resume in photo, the system not smart enough to detect the keyword. So probably your resume will be pushed at down, not in the priority. Okay. Typo significant, especially if company use ATS. For this, see this person put in all the keywords. Search when HR, sometimes when HR search for the candidates, they use a keyword search, and then only they will look at the detail of the resume. So it's important to have the keywords. Keywords can be the tools or the system that you have used as well. Hence, spelling of key terms, so jargon has to be accurate. ATS, this one that I mentioned earlier, ATS applicant tracking system, company resume database. Right. This is some sample not up to date. Still mention pursuing diploma, but the person is already completed. This one, sending the application through email, but there are too many things that she or he sent. So that, okay. At the initial stage, you just send the cover letter or just put the cover letter in the email body and attach your resume. That's good enough already. Let's say after they call you, want to interview you, asking for other documents, then feel free to send that. Right? Incomplete contact details. This one, this person only give the email address without the mobile number. So this is a bit hard, challenging for people to call the person unless the person is not looking now. But the CGPA is good here. See, 3.93, right? Before we move to the next session, do we allow any question or should we proceed, Miss Hanisa?
What do you think? I am okay.
Okay. Let us proceed first, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How do you search the job? You can search the job based on your skill set. For example, I really want to look for Python job. So look for Python. I really want to look for IoT job. Look for IoT. Or you can search based on the role. I want to be assistant analyst, data scientist. So search by that. You can use Boolean or you can just search anyhow. And then you can search based on industry or company. Some of the fresher that I encountered, they are very specific. They have the aim company that they want to go. So you can search by this as well. All right. Because if you Google, right, there will be the company most probably will be there, where they post and everything. All right. So where? Aside from Google, you can also aside from Google, aside from JobStreet, aside from Monster, you can also look at Indeed. Indeed is quite good. I think me and my colleagues and HR I know, we use Indeed quite often actually. And then LinkedIn. This is famous nowadays. I think all of you have LinkedIn account or not yet. If you don't have yet, you can make. I suggest you do it. And then Glassdoor, a job thing, quite new, not so new. Okay, my future jobs. I think this is quite new. I'm not have the details, but this is website coming from government, Malaysia government. Selangor. Singapore have almost the same thing like this. They have My Career Future, and the portal is there for many years already and used quite extensively. For Malaysia, I'm not too sure my future jobs about my future job, but you can look at it. And yeah, I found another one, Selangor Kerjaya. This is for Selangor people only, but yeah, you can try that. And then recruitment process experience. Good candidate. Okay. So recently I saw there's a lot of viral things in like Twitter, Facebook about something like screenshot about a candidate not giving a proper communication, or maybe the employee itself not don't have the proper or communication skill. So just give you a few pointers. First, you have to remember common sense. When you applying through email is not a problem because because email is not too interrupting, because people sometimes they don't open their emails at night, right? But let's say if you apply through PM linking or WhatsApp, remember try not to do it on weekend or at night. And right expectation. We are applying for the job. So give a right expectation. If they like not replying you straight away, because there are lots of other applicants as well. All right. Proper communication style. Be polite. Please be polite. Use the right words. If you don't know, try ask other person whether your text or email or is sounds too directive or sounds too rude or anything like that. Being professional, power distance, because we are applying for a job, so the employee will have a little bit higher power than us. So try not to be directive or giving direction to them. All right. Responsive. Okay. Recruiter and HR sometimes they found a candidate, but the candidate might not suitable in terms of skill or else, but if they have a good experience with the candidate during the interview process, most probably they will keep this candidate for future opening. This is what they call good candidates. So good candidates normally are responsive, give complete details, don't do the guessing games, and for example, acknowledge interview invite. Once interview given the invite, they acknowledge. Let's say if the interviewer, the HR, the recruiter asking for interview, then get back to the schedule that you're available. If you're not able to get back yet, just reply that you will need time to check. Okay. So interview online and face to face. So recently, since COVID, there's a lot of online interview going. Not much on face to face. It's almost similar, but for me personally, I prefer online interview for the first stage because it's easier, right? Okay, here is the preparation stage. Study the job role, the job description. Know what the role that you're applying for. Asking the interviewer, the HR or the recruiter, what's the job role is, and study about the company and practice. You can also do your mock interview with your friends. During the interview session, keep calm. Either it's online or face to face. For online interview, try to join the session like 5 minutes before. 5 minutes is enough, not like 30 minutes before, 5 minutes, 10 minutes should be okay. Sorry. If it were face-to-face interview, try to reach around 15 minutes earlier. Because it's not too late and not too early. Too early would be a problem. It's not a problem, but will be like distraction. Interrupting the interviewer as well. Professional, either is online or face to face. Try to make it professional. And listen to what the interviewer said. Listen carefully. Try to understand. If you don't understand, or let's say if in online the voice is shaky, the interviewer voice is shaking, or there's a lot of background noise, it is okay for you to let the interviewer know, politely, of course. Don't just simply continue with the session with the background noise and everything. Sometimes the interviewer, they don't notice that, and then it might affect the result of the interview. All right. Answer. Give a good answer. Answer in confidence. If you don't know the things, to the interview that you will check back, and ask. Some interview session is not just for the employer to know you or to judge you. No, it's a two-way process where the interviewer have to understand you more, and you have to understand the interviewer or the company more. It's both ways. So at the end of the session, after the interviewer asks everything they want to know and everything, there will be a time when the interviewer will ask you, do you have any question? So please do not say, no, I don't have any question. Do ask probably on the job role or anything you want to know or expectation for the role to the interviewer, because it can give impression that you're serious about this job and you are thinking. You're not just take in everything that you were told. Okay, that you have a honest interest in the job. Okay. Post interview. After the interview, you can follow up about the interview feedback through email or other suitable medium. Use a proper sentence and concise detail. Do not simply, for example, email or WhatsApp the HR or the recruiters, hey, any feedback? Believe it or not, we do have this kind of candidates. Try to put in a proper way. For example, I'm Suaida. I'm attending the interview on for what role? May I know, is there any feedback for the interview session? That would be great because the interviewer or the HR can directly copy paste search what's the feedback and everything. Okay. Another thing, after the interview, if you receive a rejection, do not take it personally because sometimes rejection doesn't mean that you are not good. Sometimes it just means that maybe your style or your culture is not suitable to the company style or culture. Or maybe the person thinks that you're better suit with another role. Probably they will call you back. That happens anyway. And try to be positive. Okay? Senang kata rezeki ni Allah yang tentukan, bukan manusia yang tentukan lah. Maksudnya kalau tak ada rezeki, if you don't get the job, probably there be the best, ada lagi bagus. Because we do sometimes happen to face candidate who are in denial for rejection, feeling down. No, don't do that. Okay? Okay. Do and don'ts in job hunting. Let me check the time. Okay. Miss Hanisa, if it's already Q&A time, just let me know. 4:40,
Okay.
right?
Okay, sure.
All right. Be responsive because responsiveness may be taken as your indication of your keenness of the job. Do reply after they call you. And then they ask for more information. Do reply to and when they ask you during the phone call, do answer. Don't do the guessing things. And try to get back as soon as possible. But if you don't, let them know. And if you have other things and then you get back late, do apologize and let them know why, so that they will know and they will be convinced that you are keen, you are serious about the job. Okay, prepare the potential needed document, full transcript, completion letter, industrial training letter, or diploma certificate. Okay, I have experience. This candidate, when I call looking for HVAC engineer role, fresher. This company open for fresher. Please do remember that not many companies open for fresher. If they are, you have to take this opportunity seriously. So this candidate one, at first when I called, he said that he doesn't has the full transcript yet. Doesn't have the degree diploma certificate yet. And I said it's okay. Can you provide it later after the interview? And the person said yes. So he went for interview. He get the job. But the client want to offer the candidate, but can't because the HR, their HR process is an MNC company. Their process is a bit strict. So they must have the completion letter, at least the completion letter. So as far as I know, completion letter, the student can ask from the faculty to give it, right, Hanisa?
Yes, that's true. I guess you can also ask through BPA, bahagian pengambilan akademik. If not from the faculty, yang tu need to check lah with the university. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. So if you already applying for job, try to ask this, even if you don't have the diploma cert or transcript yet. Okay. And then inform earlier if you can attend interview. Ask to reschedule or provide the explanation. So let's say if so happen you can't attend the interview, do let the HR or the PIC person in charge know about it. And mention what's the reason. This is important. Don't just go MIA because some of the job portal, the PIC can blacklist the candidate in the portal, and it will stated as no show for interview. So it will be quite a bad impression. Actually, in the portal, the person with that status, they will know they have that status and they can answer back. But try not to being in that position. For me, honestly, throughout my experience, I haven't blacklist any candidate yet. But I'm not sure about others. So if you can attend, or do let them know. Alright? Because when they schedule for interview, there will lots of people involved in that. Please do ask questions about the role, the environment, the culture, the expectation. And this is a good thing to ask as well. Ask what they think of you throughout the interview session, whether you fit the role and any suggestion or room for improvement. And try to create a positive tone. Even the thing is not that positive, try to make it sounds positive. Okay, alright. Okay, this is the end of our session. I mean, end of my sharing. You can contact me at suaida@sellinggroup.com or my email address suaida.recruit@gmail.com.